Yes, people, hello and welcome to episode 3 of the European pod here on No Choftes. Dubul Dee, I'm here as usual with my partner in crime.
Coach Kojo in the building. How you doing, bro?
All right, Bosky. All right. This is the third episode of the new season, people. Last week, due to technicalities, we couldn't do that. Which no, I wasn't missing that on purpose, people, because my Inter lost to Juventus. But we're back. We'll be covering as much as possible. There's been a double game week in Spain, so we'll be starting with that. So but no, I'm all right, bro.
Good,
I'm
good.
all right. How you doing?
Yeah, can't complain, man. Yeah, can't complain. Uh, Football school on the weekend. Obviously my Juventus beat your Inter, so that was nice.
Oh yeah, look at
And
that.
then
Yeah, got one in again. Yeah. All right, cool. Since you
I
want to
can
be that sharp.
I can actually talk about my Man United winning a somewhat big game against Chelsea. So it was a decent weekend, man. Decent weekend. Can't cry. Can't cry.
Yeah, I'm sure it was for you, mate. You know what I mean? Just look at you. No, I'm joking. I'm joking. But yeah, as said, we'll start with the Liga and might even get some Champions League in as well, depending time permitting. Now, I must not a huge apology because it's early in the season, but a small apology to Xabi Alonso because last time we did do anything in depth for the league, I said that though Madrid had got the wins, I wasn't really sure what was going on and whether Xabi was going to be. We saw a little bit of what he was going to do in the Club World Cup, but he won the August Manager of the Month in Spain. And after their two wins, because in game week 5 and 6, they beat Espanyol 2-0, a banger from Eder Militao in that game. And then they beat Levante 4-1, brilliant goal with Vinicius, from Vinicius with the outside of his foot to give them the lead in the Levante game, and then a couple of well taken goals by Kylian Mbappe as well. Mascherano um, got his first goal for Madrid as well. And it seems like he played a 4-4-2, it seemed, against Espanyol. He played a 4-2-3-1 against in the away game with Levante. And it seems that as he's mainly used three at the back at Leverkusen, he's being more adept with formations. He did sometimes go forward at the back at Leverkusen, but it was mainly the three that he used. And he's being more adaptive to formations than I thought he was going to be. So I've got to hold my hands up. Madrid, only team with a 100% record in the Liga and top of the table after 6 games.
I always tell you, always bet on Madrid, man. No matter what, I always bet on Madrid. And I think with Alonso, what I do like is, I think we spoke about it earlier in another episode where we spoke about the fact that he's not afraid to make the changes that are necessary to fit the system on the day that he wants to play.
Mm.
Um, and yeah, his adaptability is really, really good. Obviously, I've always said that he's never been married to the 3-5-2. I think obviously at Leverkusen they were getting such good results that there's no need to change it.
Mm.
But if no one's followed him throughout his whole time at Leverkusen, he wasn't just strictly a 3-5 or 3-4-1-2 type coach. He also has some variety to it. But what I do like is the fact that he usually plays two up top. And if he's playing a 4-3-3 or 4-2-3-1, 4-3-3, the inside forwards are also close to the striker. Allows for link up, allows for fullbacks to go back, midfield dictate middle of the pitch. Um, and the defense obviously stay where they are, but also helps with a high press as well. And with a 4-2-3-1, the person in the middle of the front three always supplies and helps with the striker. So for someone like Jude Bellingham, when he comes back, people are saying obviously they're in great form right now. Do they miss him? It's not about missing him. He's another added element to a great team already. That's you know what I mean. That's what you build a squad for. So yeah, I'm happy with what they're doing. He's a top coach, and you can see in their football as well. And there's also you can see why people like Trent are. I don't want to say struggling. He's just got there, but still, I'll use that word for lack of a better word. He's struggling to adapt to maybe what is required in Madrid yet. And this is not about the standard of Madrid or whatever else. It's more to do with the fact that Alonso is so flexible with his formation. He has to find his place in each of the formations. So if you don't fit a wing back role, for example, in a 3-5 or 3-4, whatever formation, um, where else do you slot yourself in? Because you see someone like Alvaro Fernandez Caracas, who to this day I'm still very annoyed with Walter White, aka Saxton Hogg, about getting rid of for no good reason.
Mm.
He's played wing back, he's played left centre back of a back three, he's
Mhm.
centre back in the back two, he's played full back in the back four, and he's adapted to everything.
Yeah, yeah.
So, you know, that's what he needs to get used to. Find your sort, because he's such a high quality footballer. But
Mm.
this is what you need a top coach like Xabi Alonso. Because he will find you the place. You just need to excel in whenever he puts you in, because that will be your position. So
Mm.
it's in time. But Madrid are performing fantastically. Vinicius is looking great. Mbappe is looking great. Mastuono, what signing, man? What flipping signing?
Yeah, that's someone, there's a lack of like mavericks
Mm,
in the modern game. That's someone you pay to watch play. Like
yes,
he's a left foot that cutting, really he's entertaining, what I'm saying, doing these things.
yes,
So yeah.
yes. So yeah, top team. And I'm very happy with what they're doing. So yeah, man. For me, highlight Madrid always, man. That's how it goes, man. La Liga, Champions League, always my bet, man. Always my
been
bet.
been my Spanish team since I was in primary school, but like in the last from that when we came back in the Champions League under Brendan Rodgers, and then they beat us. Was it 3-0 at Anfield?
Was that
Isco and
when Ronaldo scored and someone else
Isco and
scored? Yeah,
Cristiano and whatnot,
yeah.
running rings around Arctic there. Yeah, they've been annoying me since then. And then obviously the two defeats in Champions League finals as well. Yeah, they've been
Of course, man.
annoying me. But if we go back here, that was my team um, over in Spain. But yeah, they're doing their thing. They're doing their thing. Um, Barcelona as well got two wins, didn't they? They beat they beat Getafe 3-0, and then they at home, and then they won 3-1 away at Oviedo. The um the Getafe goal. Yeah, that was Ferran Torres that got the first goal
Yeah,
against Getafe, wasn't it? That brilliant setup. Nice team move, that back heel by Danny Olmo. Yeah, channeling his inner Guti, and with the
good throwback.
assist. Guti, one of my favourite players of all time, by the way, in regards to talking about Real back in the day. Um, and then a good win at Oviedo as well. A couple of good goals, really good header by Lewandowski in that second win. But you can say, bar one result, they're doing their thing. Got that win last week also as well at Newcastle. Good
Mm.
win with players missing in the Champions League as well. Um, it's going to be these two going to the wire again. You'd assume, even though these are just the early signs and we're only 6 match days in, um, because as well, Atleti will come to them in a couple of minutes, but they have been dropping points. And the thing is, I see it from an attacking perspective, haven't played badly yet, but they've been leaking silly goals. But Barca is free flowing again, entertaining football. One or two of the games it's been done without Yamal in there, but others are doing their thing. It's not been like Yamal, Rafinha, etc. Anyone exploding and doing absolute madnesses, and they're still scoring a good amount of goals and accumulating points.
Yeah, I mean, it's what you said there. Obviously, Madrid have not conceded any more than one goal in each of their games. Real Madrid days. So that's a standard you need to reach. Obviously, we're talking about managers and what they're doing. Obviously, what also he's just right with what he's doing so far with this squad. Hansi Flick last year, what he did with the Barcelona team, and what he's continued to do. They've only dropped 1 point, but even to that point, I think they've only conceded. No, they conceded two against Levante,
Mm,
but they still won that game. You know what I mean? It was a draw against Vallecano, who, is, funny enough, caused Atletico problems on Wednesday, which we'll speak about.
mm,
Um, you know, those are the games that you can't afford to drop points, and that's why Atletico was 9 points in 6 games.
mm,
You know, you look at I mean, we're talking about Barcelona, but quickly on Atletico before we go there, their results. The draws, and then losing to Espanyol as well. You know, they started the season poorly, 2 points out of the first 9, so you're already falling back. So we can't count you as part of a title race when it comes to these two, because that gap, funny enough, whether you like it or not, is kind of difficult to catch up at this stage already.
yeah.
But no, with Barcelona, look, they've been fantastic. I think the only issue I have with them is Jean Garcia. Um, because if we talk about the game midweek where he decided to go on a little run and give the ball away and get lobbed from, it wasn't the halfway line, but lobbed from far enough. It just irks me. It just irks me a little bit, you know.
Brilliant finish, mind you. Brilliant finish because he hit it
Oh,
first time.
yeah,
Yeah,
it's a
yeah.
lovely finish. It's a lovely
Mm.
finish. I'll never criticize the finisher for it. I'm just criticizing the fact that he was allowed to get that in the first place. But no, they're winning games regardless. They bounce back, and they won their game very well, very comfortably. So yeah, the top two are doing their thing, and Atletico need to wake up.
Yeah, and sharing the goals of doing it by committee, sharing those goals around. Now, in in regards to Atleti, it's been a tricky. We spoke obviously when the season started after the 2-1 late defeat against Espanyol. They
Mm,
drew 1-1 with Elche at home. That was one solo got the penalty, yeah, and then drew with Alaves. Then beat Villarreal 2-0, but they lost to us in the Champions League. But they gave a good. They played well for a lot of that game.
they did.
Um,
They did.
Marcus Llorente, a stat came up. I think it was, if I'm not mistaken, in the Champions League. The only player that has more GA against him in Liverpool against Liverpool is Karim Benzema. Do you know how crazy that is?
Wow,
This guy Lorente, like, what
that's
have we
quite
done
the
to
stat.
him?
That's quite the stat.
What have we done to him? Every time we play at Lego, this guy's bagging goals, bro. Whether he plays in midfield or in what's been more recently playing basically as a right wing back, you might as well say he's even done right back in the four, etc. And why leave us alone, bro? You get what I'm
Say
saying?
leave us alone. This is how Norwich felt with Suarez. Norwich was the club that wanted to come to the Premier League and enjoy themselves, want to play a nice brand of football or try and play a nice brand of football, and then Suarez just said, I'm going to victimize you every single occasion. This is what happens, man. This is what you get. This is what you get. You know what I mean?
Just couldn't he leave us alone like, after he helped knock us out when we thought we were going to go back to back in champs just before the pandemic came in? Marcus, leave us alone, bro. You know what I'm saying? We got there in the end, thanks to the late Van Dijk and them, but come on. But yeah, then they've bounced back with a draw. Well, I say bounce back. They drew against Mallorca with 10 men. Solo was sent off. Conor Gallagher gave them the lead. Then Muriqi, who loves scoring against both Madrid teams, made it 1-1. And then they beat Vallecano 3-2. Now, before we get into Simeone and whether he's overstayed his welcome or not, Julian Alvarez, one of a few hat tricks we're going to be talking about today. But we didn't, because we haven't really had the time in terms of what we're working with to cover French. We didn't even get a couple of weeks ago to talk about that João Neves hat trick for Paris Saint
Oh
Germain
yeah,
with the
overhead
two
kicks,
with the
overhead
two
kicks,
overhead kicks. Yeah,
overhead
yeah,
city.
yeah.
Yeah,
Madness. You get what I'm saying? Suplex City, baby.
yeah.
But this game was crazy against Vallecano. Alvarez gave Atleti the lead with a banging left foot volley from a ball from the right hand side. Then Vallecano equalised. Then they went 2-1 up when their player went around or black for 2-1. Alvarez pulled it back with a close range finish for 2-2. And then the third goal, what a banger on his left foot, man. To win it 3-2 really late on. But they're scoring goals. He's scoring, Solo scoring, Conor Gallagher's helping out goals from midfield. But this is not the Atleti. This is not as watertight as it used to be. But those talking about like before they played Liverpool, for instance, I was going to be a super tight low block and whatnot. For the last, and we've spoken about it on here on the pod because we actually started the season before their last league win. They've not consistently played a low block for like the last at least 6 years.
That philosophy has changed a long time ago.
It
And
went a long
we
time
said
ago.
we said it when they were buying like sort of like different players that weren't typical type Simeone signings in that
Yeah,
mold at that time when they
yeah.
were when they were causing so much trouble for Real Madrid and Barcelona. Um, so that idea that they're gonna come, and this is my issue with when it comes to the analysis of football, especially with managers, because someone like Simeone, someone like Mourinho, I understand Mourinho has a tag that he has to go defensive and all that stuff, but he only does that when he knows his team is inferior completely to the opposition. So when it's at Real Madrid, that Madrid team that that got the most points in La Liga history and has scored the most goals in La Liga history doesn't do that by playing defensive football. They did that against a club at Barcelona when they knew going toe to toe with them, they didn't have the quality to go back and back, go band for band with them. So you don't create those records, even if you want to go that far back. It still stands to this day. You don't create those records if you're a so-called defensive manager. And Simeone, I think he's a balanced type, structured, very structured type manager. But I think with the signings they've made, he's had to be a bit more free flowing, and that kind of irks me a little bit, in my opinion, in a way, with how they defend. But I will say this: they are the way defenders are built these days. You're not going to find another Diego Godin anywhere anytime soon.
Yeah, there you
Um,
go.
so that's just the way of football as it is now. Like I say, I blame Pep, but I also don't blame Pep, because Pep obviously his possession football and how his guys played. Teams wanted to follow that, but at the same time, they always forget that he had a Puyol and a PK, or a Javi Martinez, or a Philip Lahm, or a Vincent Company. You know what I mean? Like he had caliber of defenders that knew how to defend first, play second. So yeah, that was that. But I'll tell you what, bro, about this game. That wasn't the Alvarez third goal wasn't my favorite goal of the game.
It was Vallecano's first, right?
There you go.
Yeah, 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 yeah,
That
yeah.
that rocket.
Banger,
That's.
banger.
I'll tell you right now. There's only been 3 goals in my time watch. Actually, no, 4 goals. But my time watching football where I've stood up and I've just gone like this. The first one was I can't remember if I get a seat there.
Chavaria scored the
Yeah,
banger.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
what a
If I get
goal.
if I get the order wrong, I'm not actually. It's not going to be in order.
Mm,
The 4 goals that I've done, that is this one.
mhm.
Um, Gareth Bale versus West Ham when he fell down, got back up and smacked it top corner.
Who against West Ham?
Gareth Bale.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay,
Yeah,
okay,
out of
yeah,
Upton
yeah,
Park. Yeah.
yeah, 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 yeah.
Um, the
Three, two at Upton Park, I think it was.
that's
Yeah,
the one. Zlatan's overhead kick against England.
England. Yeah,
And what's the fourth one again? Um, it's Bale again. Actually, the overhead kick in the Champions League final. Sorry,
thanks,
bro. Sorry,
Dutch.
bro. Sorry,
Thanks,
bro.
bro. I'm knocking off the pod. Pod done. Pod done. Pod done.
Sorry, bro.
Payback.
Um, but no, because I mean, it was spectacular. That I don't think anyone in this world had a chance with that. That's just my opinion. I know other people
What?
thought.
Not Scholesy against Barcelona, no.
No, that one got me so excited I ran around, but that wasn't like a whoa. Actually, I think the only United goal that really got me like a whoa was Rooney Garcia, the overhead kick. I think that's
Okay,
the one that
okay.
blew my mind.
What the
Other than
shin
that,
the shin kick? Yeah. No,
no,
I'm
no,
playing. I'm
it's
playing. I'm
overhead kick. It's overhead kick. We ain't doing that today. But hey man, shin, knee, I don't care what it is, man. If it flies in like that, it's quality. But yeah, those are the goals that blew my mind. And people will be like, why that one? He took a touch from a distance that he should have even thought about shooting in the first place.
playing.
And he's absolutely rifled it. And I love shots similar to Ronaldo versus Porto, where it just rises and rises, but it rises at a steady state. And when it gets to the goalkeeper and it's maintained that speed and that elevation, it's it's untouchable. It's
Yeah, yeah.
untouchable. There's certain goals in football history that do that. Like is it Stephen Reed for Blackburn when he ran to a ball out of nowhere and rocketed it to the top
Yeah,
corner?
yeah,
Like
yeah,
goals like that, just like excuse me. Right.
yeah.
So yeah, that's why it was my favorite goal. But the Alvarez hat trick goal was
Mm.
it was incredible. It was incredible for sure.
In terms of La Liga, I remember that it was against Tenerife, if I'm not mistaken, that Roberto Carlos goal when he's volleyed it from damn near the corner flag, bruv, into the roof of the goal.
Gosh,
That
yeah.
that that goal was insane. It wasn't uh, a banger, but there's a Deportivo goal when Ureta was in charge, where they did a free kick. It's when Victor Sanchez and Jalminho and all that were at the team, and they did a free kick. It was probably the greatest like team free kick of all time, bro. But now it's mad when you look at in Prem. I don't know what it is. There used to be. They always talk about that goal of the month. I think was it in the 05 to 06 season in Prem, and then I think there was a later one where there was bangers when Michael Essien was at a few years later when Essien was at Chelsea as well. But when you look at the standard of like the goals, like there's the strikes in the Liga, like just look at here, just from this here, we could do a goal of the month off of the goals we've seen here. Those of the
Yeah.
that Chavaria banger and Alvarez banger in the same game. Yeah, Militao's goal against Espanyol, Vinicius's goal against Levante,
Yeah, yeah,
the Barca goal that we just spoke about, the first one in their game against Getafe with the team move and the pass back. There's been like just in this like week or so, there's been some outrageous goals. I know that there's probably another one or two others that obviously I've forgotten about as well, but just like the strikes are crazy, the level of like the quality of some of these goals. Alex Grimaldo's banged in a couple of free kicks in the last couple of weeks that in Bundesliga that can you get me? And now
yeah.
it's mad, bruv. But has Simeone to close up the in regards to Serie A, has he outstayed his welcome? Or do you think he's reveling the challenge of them not buying always what he would have bought before to see what he could do with it? Because I don't know if he's still the highest paid manager in Europe or not. Probably in world football, but I don't know whether or not like I don't know whether some teams would be put off by his antics or whatever. It's just a case where, in terms of what he has there, he knows he wouldn't get that any other club, so he's not willing to go anywhere. You get what I'm saying?
I feel like he outstayed his welcome 2 years ago, so I'm still waiting
Oh,
for the day that he goes. Because I feel like the philosophies of the club and him didn't align anymore. I think he
mm,
aligned so well, and then they went to go down a different direction of how they signed. I mean, the first one that alarmed me was um João Felix. And if you remember far back to when that happened, I came on D&D Footy Factory because you guys obviously knew that I was a huge fan of his in
mhm,
Benfica. And I was saying that I don't agree with this move. And that was more so to do with him because I was even thinking about Simeone at the time. I was thinking the brand of football that Simeone plays doesn't match the style of play that you have. And obviously, that was me acknowledging that we're in the era of football where it's all about systems and stuff. So if you don't fit the system, you're going to suffer.
yeah,
And in that time when he signed, you could see that Simeone also almost it looked like I don't know if it's forcefully. I don't know if the club was like, we pay so much money, you have to play him. But that could be likely. He was trying to thrust him in and get him playing somehow, some way, and it just wasn't working. And they continued to buy players that didn't match the kind of brand of football that he brought Atletico to be so competitive and tough to beat, especially for any big team. That's why they got to Champions League finals. So yeah, I just felt like as time has gone past, I've been waiting for the day where he says, "I'm done at this club now. I've done what I can do. It's time for me to go." He's already a legend. His legacy is secure at the club. He doesn't need to do anything else, unless in his mind, I feel like maybe he wants to win the Champions League and then he walks away. I just don't know if Atletico Madrid have that strength
mm,
to win the Champions League. They have a very good team. I
mm,
will never deny that, but I don't know if they've got the undeniable quality that Real Madrid will have, Barcelona will have, PSG now have,
yeah.
Liverpool have had, City have had to get to the final and be the overall, champion. So I think if I'm him, I walk away now. But we'll see what his decision is at the end of the day. I can't speak for the great man, innit?
I hear you. Yeah, I think that probably is it to get the champ. They were very unlucky not to already have one. He's got two Europa Leagues there, but
Mm,
in regards to the Champions League, that 2014 final against Madrid, they were much the better team in it.
yeah,
Conceded that late goal, went to
yeah,
extra time, and then they just collapsed. They never had the legs in extra time, and Cristiano penalty. Gareth Bell had been trying all games, scored, and after a very good first season, I thought for Bell, that was only then when the Madrid faithful started to really take to him a bit. They were really harsh on him, as they are with a lot of people. They even switched on Cristiano towards the back end of his time there, and look at how much he did for the club. But they 2014, the 2016 penalties, isn't it, against uh, Madrid
LA,
again.
yeah,
And after that Carrasco equalised, only that famous he went to infamous celebration where he went to go kiss his girlfriend and that. But yeah, lost the penalty. They've been unlucky. They've been unlucky. But yeah, I hear that. That's probably the only reason why he is still there. And he'll probably maybe take a break, or I don't know. But I'd be very interested to see him at another club how it would run. But he settled there. sons have been playing for the club. Obviously, one's gone back to Serie A now. Sorry, one's in Serie A. But yeah, we'll see. We'll see in regards to them what's going on there. But obviously, we're keeping tabs, obviously, on the Liga as usual. But yeah, let's go over now to Serie A. And a few results obviously to talk on, but our friends Como, we got to check in on Cesc Fabregas. They won 2-1 at Fiorentina with a late goal, with an injury time winner. And they're not going anywhere, bro. Como. Always good to watch them because they've got a couple of people, but Nico Paz is just like, again, we're talking about Mavericks, the lack of Mavericks, but this is a guy who, again, that you'd pay to watch football, but they've got a late window because he's been Fiorentina took the lead. They'll be feeling angry about that. But what could Como do in regards to in the league table? Could they push? Could they maybe push and like get maybe a Europa League? So I'm sorry, Conference League rather, place or something like that. And is it one of them ones where if they were to do that well, that knowing the fact of obviously the fact people like getting in former footballers who were world class at a stage, that
Mm.
that would mean Fabregas would then they wouldn't have any chance of keeping on to Cesc Fabregas.
Thing is, they've one thing I like about Como is the way that the owners have built this team, the management side of things, the club, the squad. It's almost like they feel like a family. So if you in summer you heard the stuff about Fabregas, maybe being into both clubs, and he kind of just shut it down quickly because I think he's very happy where he is. He's got an environment where he can work. And you can see that work's coming to fruition at Como. And usually Europa League is not it's not out of the question for them. They're a really good team. They're a really good team. And what's fantastic about them is, or for them, I should say, is I think unless you're obviously facing a team that's come up from the lower leagues, Serie B, um, you're kind of like the underdog. That's their story. You're the
Mm,
underdog story. So when they went up against Fiorentina, for someone like me and you who's been watching them for a year now and seeing what they've been doing and looking at their squad and how they've recruited, beating Fiorentina is not a pipe dream. It, they're very competitive,
yeah.
but for anyone else that's watching them, they're not the favourites. Oh, Fabregas doing a great job with this low team, this small club from in called Como, and he's doing this, and they somehow Sam Morata, and beforehand they had Reina in for a bit, and
Mm.
they're not getting these guys because these guys are looking for a payday. This isn't QPR in 2012. This is a team that's trying to. This is a team that's trying to go places. You know what I mean? We're not doing no like Remy signings. You know what I mean? We're signing players that have ambition to want to do stuff. Morata's not a player that wants to slow down. He wants to keep getting to the Spain
Mm.
squad and leading the line, and he wants to score goals. And this is the kind of environment they've built there. So I don't see why they'll stop. I think we didn't do one, but if we had done a who gets into Europe prediction, I'd put them in there for Europa League. I think they even get past Conference League. I think they're really good. So yeah, I mean, to people that don't watch Serie A too tough, they'll shock a few people. But for people like us who are keeping an eye on Serie A week in week out, watching the games when we can, um, it's not a shock at all. They're really good. They're a really good team. Shout out Ade as well. That's a
Yeah.
black man's blood. You know what I mean? What's that like? That Nigerian athlete. I got a black man's blood in me. Yes. Brilliant goal, man. Brilliant goal.
Uh,
That's why I haven't even mentioned uh
a dad plays for Holland though, yeah. But is he one of those? Sandra said him. Is he one of those like Frimpong Ghanaians?
yeah, he's
It's just
Ghanaian.
like a
He's
Ghanaian.
Ghanaian.
Yeah, I thought so.
Bro,
Yeah, yeah. I saw good on surname. You can tell.
Adai is so Ghanaian.
Yeah, so that's what I was thinking. So, no, because you said Nigerian, I thought, wait, have I not done my due diligence? You get what I'm
Oh no,
saying?
no, because I was talking about the Nigerian athlete that I was talking about. He's got a black man's blood in me. The guy that ran well. I can't remember if it was just local championships or world championships. That guy made me so happy, man. That's my
I'm
that's my
so
that's,
happy.
that's my favorite Nigerian guy ever. Um, but yeah, no. Oh, he's so Ghanaian. When I saw him score, And even the first time I saw him, I looked at his face, it's like, you're one of those. You've done. You're another Frimpong. You're another this guy, that guy. You're very Ghanaian, man. You know what I mean, the only thing I'll say is I don't know if he's played an international game. If he hasn't, if I'm Ghana, I'm calling him. By the way,
Yeah, should go get him.
call
Really,
him.
really good finish. The way that he
He's a good
come from
player.
the right, turned the defender inside out, and then shifted it and then shot in. You go. I'm saying to me that was
He's
it
a
was
really
a
good
well
player.
taken. It was a well taken goal, man.
Yeah,
But
and he's only 20 now.
20, yeah,
So
he's a baby. He's a baby.
yeah, he's
You
only
go,
played for. Yeah, so I'm looking at it now. He's only played for the under-19s in the
so,
Dutch
yeah,
side. So
so
if he's
Ghana
not,
can still keep him.
yeah,
Yeah,
so if he's not getting close to the Dutch team, which to be fair, I don't know if he would right now.
yeah.
I'm taking him. I don't
Got,
understand what the delay is, but this is his
got,
first season in Como. He only just
yeah,
joined, so let's see how he does. They
got
signed him.
question.
They signed him
Yeah,
for in pounds, maybe 10 million pounds or so. So
yeah.
let's
Question.
see what he does.
Question appeal and the man then better get on. You get
You
me?
know, do you know what needs to
Sorry,
happen?
not question. It's Ado. Ado's back in charge now, isn't it? You get me?
Do you want these? Do you want these happen? You know what needs to happen? Yeah, real talk. Just I know it's a European pub. We're gonna go. I'm gonna go African real quick. Yeah, I need Otto Addo out of that job.
I don't know why he got back in the first
I
place,
don't know why he got in the first place again. I
bro.
don't know.
We won. Who did we beat 1-0 the other day? I watched that qualifier. Damn,
Um,
that was a hard
yeah,
watch, man.
he's playing long balls to Semenyo and Kudus. Like he's taking the mick, man. He's taking the mick, and his claim to
Use your
fame is,
pace.
his claim to fame is because I worked with Klopp. That's fantastic. That's fantastic. Phil never worked with Sir Alex Ferguson. He's still a shit manager. I don't care. Come on, man. Gosh. Anyway, back to Europe, man.
Oh my days,
Can't leave my
yeah.
mind.
So there Milan a brace for Pulisic as Milan won 3-0 at Udinese. Juventus were held by Verona. Good goal by Conceição to give the lead and gift Orb on penalty. Roma won the derby 1-0 with a good goal from Pellegrini.
Mhm.
A good finish into the corner to win the derby against Lazio. Inter squeezed past Sassuolo 2-1. Sassuolo pulled a late goal back and made things nervy for Inter, but they were able to get through. Napoli won 3-2 against Pisa on Monday. Billy Gilmore got his first goal. The other Scotsman over there got his first goal. And Zola penalty made it 1-1. Spinazzola banger, another banger. Yeah, Spinazzola banger for 2-1. And then Lorenzo Lucha got off the mark with a finish into the roof of the net for 3-1. And then Loran pulled it back to 3-2 in the last minute. But again, Napoli, 100% record after 4 games. It's early, but it's fun even to make because we do early season predictions, so no problem saying after 4 games. Are they going to go back to back, mate? Do they
I
have?
think
Do
we
they
said.
have enough to do?
I think we said that beginning. Well, I said at the beginning of the season. I don't know if I can't
You,
remember if you agreed or not
you,
that they'll go back to back, didn't I?
you. So I'm checking. I'm checking it with you again. You.
I think I said that.
I'm sure
No,
you
I'm
did.
pretty
Yeah,
sure.
I'm sure. I'm
I,
sure.
the only
Or
team,
did
the only
you
team I
back
got.
your? Or did you back your damn zebras?
Oh no, hell no, not this year. I can't do it. I can't do it. So no, yeah, I know. I'll come back Juventus, man. So it's definitely Napoli. Apart from even wants them to just to go back to back, just go Scott McTominay alone. But yeah, no, they're a really good team as usual. So I mean, for me, they had a tough loss against City. They didn't really show their quality, which is annoying. And I think they got too involved in the occasion of it. It was Kevin De Bruyne's comeback, so being a bit. I think it was a bit too kind of a performance. They didn't show what they're really capable of. But yeah, no, they're enough good team, and I think they'll storm to the title, man. I'll be shocked. I'm not shocked, but I'll be a bit upset if they don't. I think they're gonna go back to back for sure.
Right. So yeah, that was. So yeah, day one. Were there any other results to? Atalanta, good first half. They swept away Torino, a brace from Kristovic and Sulemana, another Ghanaian. Yeah, another one of ours.
Yep.
Getting his first Atalanta goal. Good move for him considering he was at Southampton. But yeah, he's always looked from young. He's looked like a good player. Yeah, I'm saying just maybe like some decision making at times. But Pacey caused you a lot of problems last season.
Yeah.
when you lot played them in the
Premier League. Yeah.
in the Premier League. You know what I'm saying? Him and Tyler Diblin caused
Mm.
you lot a lot of
Oh yeah,
issues.
£60 million Tyler Dibbling. Bloody hell. Or at least smoking on the south coast. Anyway, gosh.
Tyler a baller though, bro.
Oh,
Tyler a
he's
baller.
great. He's a good footballer.
But
Absolutely.
I hear you, Price. But it's what he means to it's what he means to them, isn't it? To Southampton, rather than that being definitely.
Oh, I listen. I hear someone when a player means so much to you. Understand pricing. I just don't understand being that kind of price when you've been relegated. Like, have a little bit of decorum about yourself and be like, you know what? Yeah, you mean so much to us, but we can't demand £60 million. You know what I mean? It's just what it is. It is what it is, man. But hey, that's just my 2 pence on that.
Oh man, right. So let's go to the Bundesliga then.
Mm.
And because we've been starting with the Bundesliga, because it's been a Ten Hag roasting session for the first couple of episodes of the new 25 to 26 season. But yeah, Dortmund got a 1-0 win with a banger from Karim Adeyemi. You get what I'm saying?
I'm
I
not
thought
praising them.
I thought I'd slip that one in because I know how much you and Stell hate.
I'm not praising them. I'm not
Dortmund.
praising them. I can't lie to you. This might sound really bad, but I'm only here for their downfalls. So when they lose, I'm here.
Oh God.
When they win, don't shout me.
Wow. Leverkusen, they were looking on for 3 points. Tillman got his second goal since arriving from the Eredivisie, but a last-minute goal from Tabakovic stole a point for Mönchengladbach.
Mm.
But this game, we'll go backwards because this game was on Sunday, but the pod is called Burke-In bag, and that is because Eintracht Frankfurt, we've been waxing lyrical about them, how they've coped losing Mamouche back in January and now this summer losing Ekatike,
Yeah.
right? Very stupid sending off Ekatike, by the way. Had to slip that in. I've got a vent.
Yeah.
I've got a vent. Though it's got nothing to do with the European pod directly, but they were beaten at home 4-3 by Union Berlin, and the forgotten man Oliver Burke, who when you look at his CV, his agent is brilliant because the foreign moves are in there mixed with some West Brom and Sheffield United and that in there. Get me? Remember, he was tagged as the Scottish Messi
Yeah.
and was bought by Leipzig at a young age from Nottingham Forest, if I'm not mistaken. And he scored a hat trick here as they won 4-3. Couple of really good finishes. The third one, especially, a little depth finish over the goalkeeper. But Burke, bro, bit of a setback for Frankfurt. But yeah, Oliver Burke announcing himself back on the stage, which means we might see a Premier League coming through in January or in the summer or something like that that gets promoted. But no, this is a big win and a big for him because, as you forgotten man, obviously going back to Berlin when they were out of the, out of the Bundesliga.
I'll tell you what. Yeah. I'm so sure he couldn't believe his luck, and I'll tell you why. Yeah, I'll tell you why. Because at no moment within the first 55 minutes of a game should you have two clear one-on-ones.
He,
Frankfurt, just because I praise the fact that you're still scoring goals, don't think I wasn't looking at what happens in the back. Yeah, yeah. I'm a guy. I'm a guy. Yeah. Listen, yeah. I like my chicas. So obviously, man, gotta check the front and the back. You know what I'm saying? That's how we run games. So in the football, we're talking about checking the front and the back as well. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, man, that was poor. That was poor. No, I don't care what. I don't listen. This can be the upper echelons of the Premier League, Serie A, Bundesliga. This could be Sunday League. Hell, this could be my under eights that are playing five-a-side. If you allow a one-on-one in the first 3 quarters of the game, yeah, I don't care if you're chasing it. I will embarrass you. It was humiliating, and he couldn't believe his luck. That's why he's a forgotten man. He got that. You know, Double D's giving him the Alice Smith commentary against Roma when he scored that volley, and they're like, "Oh my God, the forgotten man!" That's what you. This is what you've done. This is what you've done. Congratulations.
Le-
Congratulations.
Leeds legend, Leeds legend, bruv. And
Yeah.
continuing the themes of Ghanaians playing for other countries. Ilyas Ansah got the opener for Frankfurt. Oh, sorry, not for Frankfurt. The opener for Union Berlin here, away at Frankfurt. Plays for Germany though. Let's see if he's been capped. Only been capped at under 21 level. So look, we're doing Ghana's scouting here. You get what I'm saying? He's only played for Germany under 21 level. We're doing Ghana's scouting here. You get what I'm saying?
Another young player that could probably do well, but again, I will keep
Answer a
saying it.
die. You get me?
I'll keep saying it. They're probably looking, and I'm gonna lie to you. I think they've got calls, but I think their response is this guy still in the job?
Man said, as long as Adam's there, I don't want to represent.
I will never represent
a country
bro.
with my heritage.
It hurts me. It hurts me to say it because obviously, for those of you that don't know, I'm doing my scouting courses, and I want to do my agent courses. And if I go down that path, and I start getting Ghanaian footballers, if that man is still in the job, I don't care. I've said it live here. Go and play for another country. Go. If you need to go and live in even, I don't know, Sweden for 5 years and then get proper citizenship, then play for them. I don't care, man. Don't play for this guy.
There's hotties in Sweden, fam. Bare hotties in Sweden.
Oh yeah, if you're on that snow bunny thing, go do your thing, man. You know what I mean?
And the mixed race things as well, mate. Curly. There's a curly guy on, bro.
Well, I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised. There's mixed race girls there because a lot of man them like snow bunnies. So it is what it is. Shout out Dr. Uma every time. But yeah, honestly, no, I'm back to speaking about Ghana again. You know what? Let's just continue with the conversation. Where are we? Answer. Good goal.
We're doing the scouting. Hi, us. We're here. Freiburg won 3-0 at Werder Bremen. A good win for them there. Mainz won 4-1 at Augsburg. But yeah, Bayern Munich continue to smash the goals in, 100% records. Harry Kane with another hat-trick, 2 penalties here, and then Serge Gnabry sealed it. Big up Vladimir Kufa, the former West Ham man who scored a banging free kick for Hoffenheim in this one. But Bayern 4-1 flattered them because Hoffenheim were better in this game than the scoreline suggested. And if it wasn't for the 2 penalties, this could have been a lot tighter, coach.
It could have been, but if you give away 2 penalties, this is what your result is going to be, in it. You gotta shout out another Ghanaian Eddie Abbey. You gotta wake the fuck up. You know what I mean? I might have to call this Ghanaian pod. I can't lie to you.
Just call the pod Ghana. You know, so you're we're doing our bit here, but
but no, look, the person I just want to wax lyrical about is Harry Kane, man. I'm starting to actually get very, very, very pissed off with the lack of respect that he has in this game.
I was the only one on the Footy Factory that was arguing for it, unless Darren T came on there, obviously being a Tottenham fan, that was having to back it for the guy, the amount of criticism that he takes. There was a Champions League game a few back, what was that, 2019, when they beat Tottenham, lost 7-2 to Bayern at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium.
Yes, I remember that, yeah.
And then Goliaths come on, and then rather than ripping the defending, starts cussing Harry Kane, who scored in the game. You get what I'm saying? I'm thinking that why are you coming for a striker when the defence, they've conceded 7 goals? You get what I'm saying? He's always getting cussed, but I don't know. A brilliant footballer as well can drop back, bring balls over the place. I know for a short period he played 10, didn't he, in Tottenham's youth team and whatnot, but just the finishing, the guy's just cold, man. The guy's cold.
For me, genuinely. Firstly, I will say I think his Ballon d'Or ranking was a disgrace. 12th for me was an absolute disgrace, in my opinion.
Crazy, isn't it? Considering Cole Palmer was in the top 10. We'll talk quickly about Ballon d'Or. So save that. We're going to do that next when we wrap up Bundesliga. But I know it's only 4 games in and there's 30 left in Bundesliga. But I don't see, unless I get mass injuries, I don't think anything's stopping them. Whether they can do Champions League or not, I don't know. I don't think so. I think in the latter stages they could get picked off in the Champions League, but I don't see anything stopping them. With Alonso not in the league anymore, I don't see anything stopping them from winning.
And that's fine by me. I think
we're going to do this every couple of weeks, viewers, but Just saying, you get what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, I think look,
however early you look at it.
I think the main thing about Harry Kane is it just I want people to give him the respect he absolutely deserves. That's always for me. Like his number of goals at Bayern already is insane. I think he's on 90. Is he on 98 goals now? I think he's on 98 goals.
That's ridiculous. And this is his third. He's what, a couple months into his third season. This is
He's already got. I've got this here right now. He's already got. Yeah. So in 67 Bundesliga appearances, he has 70 goals. In the Premier League, obviously with Tottenham, 213 in 320. In the Champions League, he has 42 and 58. Do people understand how ridiculous this is?
He was the fastest to, was it 10 or 12 Champions League goals before Haaland broke the record, and people like to go. I don't understand it. I don't understand like the way people talk. There are some people that like wax lyrical, but it's split, and so, because of his record, it shouldn't be split, but is what it is.
No, it shouldn't. And now, it's 98 goals and 103 appearances for Bayern Munich. He's in his third season. He hasn't finished his third season. He's entered his third season, and he's got 98 goals. And if who are they playing today? Is it Werder Bremen today? If Werder Bremen are unlucky today, he's smashing that. He's absolutely smashing that. We have to give, for me, and I don't care how people feel about this. It can certainly be a conversation for another pod, a debate. He is, for me, top 5 striker in football history in terms of finishing, in terms of range of goals. Yeah, I'm making that shot right now. In terms of range of finishes, range of goals, ability to create on a seriously high level as well. And I also would say he would have. Was Premier League record 260, isn't it? Am I right in saying that?
I think it might be 65. I think it might be 265.
Shearer is
260. One of the two. It's 260 or 265.
Shearer is very lucky that Harry Kane left the league when he did.
There's still time.
There's still time if he comes back.
Thomas Frank was insinuating that Kane coming back isn't out of the question.
Oh, if he gets Kane back, that'd be great. But the guy, for me, he's a top 5 for me. And I know that sounds a lot. People be like, "Whoa," because you're putting him next to. I mean, the top guys.
You mean in terms of the player?
Pure 9.
Because obviously you've just described different attributes. So you mean in terms of the player?
No. I'm talking about
top 5. Top 5. Because obviously, like, people are going to say, like, obviously R9 is debate one, but like the Romario's and that, in terms of finishing. But you mean that Kane could almost finish as good as Romario, but in terms of his playmaking ability as well, you mean in terms of top 5, in terms of the players, the whole package to play in top 5. Not
if you're talking about utterly complete footballers. Yeah.
That's what I mean. Complete footballers that have played top 5. That's less controversial when you break down the nuances. Because if you just say top 5, man, they're going to be like,
oh no. If it's of all time, like in terms of players of all time, no. That's obviously bogus. But if I'm talking about strikers, I'm talking about pure complete players. If it's strikers, I'm not having him anywhere outside the top 10. And if it's complete players, he's top 5 for me, and I will fight that fight forever. I am such a fan of his. I think he's incredible, and he deserves all the respect he gets. So yeah.
Quickly on Ballon d'Or, two things to wrap up. See, we could do this in about 3 minutes. We did talk a while ago when the nominations came out that we were both vouching for Vitinha. Dembele's won it.
Yeah,
it is deserved, but also as well, as we said, that Salah started brilliantly. When Salah fell off, Dembele from like January onwards, and with them winning the Champions League, winning Liga, you can't really dispute with it. But Vitinha there, Yamal finishing above Rafinha for me, I thought was controversial. Obviously, Yamal's won the Copa Trophy, but I thought that was controversial. But it's what it is. And as we've just spoken about, Kane outside the top 10, but Cole Palmer in the top 10. You know what I'm saying? But no, well done to Dembele, deserved. But what it does create, when there'll be documentaries on him in the future, it does create and just to show you that you can be out all the stuff with playing computer, turning up to late training and whatnot. You can turn it around and look, you've got the grand prize here. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, incredible. He deserves it. And what you spoke about, that run he went on. I think the number of goals he scored, the volume of goals he scored was ridiculous.
Crazy.
But also, what tipped the favor was definitely the fact that the difference between Salah and I think Dembele winning it is that Champions League tie. That's what it is. And you guys went on penalties. It wasn't like it was a dominant performance from one side or the other. It was penalties, so you have the imbalance of that. But I think that's what it is that comes to it. But even though I think Salah should have been third. No, in fact, actually, I think should have been second. I think the Yamal hype, he's so good, but there's no rush to put him in there. But people that vote for it, for me, are not consistent voters. So, and it's been like that for a long time anyway in this Ballon d'Or thing. So, yeah, that's what it is. But Dembele for sure deserves to win, and I'm happy for him. Absolutely.
Yeah. Cool. Right, so we'll leave it there though, because I don't want to have run over coach's time. So next week we're going to get some predictions in, but next week we'll talk about Champions League as well as those leagues. But again, as always, anything you want to plug, Coach?
Style of play. That's the show one. Still knows about that. Our boy Theo, that's his platform. So Style of play is the one I'll show him on. But other than that, just follow us on here. Make sure you check out D&D Footy Factory on Saturdays. And if I've got anything popping up soon, I've got TikTok Chop with Kojo. I'm gonna start getting active with that from next month. Restaurants / barbecuing in my garden as well, no matter the weather. So yeah, man, check that out.
Yeah, you just plugged in the Football Factory for me, so make sure you're
Saturdays on top of FM. You know what I'm saying? Don't watch that. Come on.
10 a.m. baby.
10 a.m. baby.
So we're out. Thank you very much for listening to episode 3 of the European podcast here on No Trusters. Take care, people. God bless you.